While parents have traditional authority and teachers are hired into rational legal authority, in both cases, your place in the power hierarchy is set, and most of the lessons come down upon you. But we also learn a lot from those of similar statuses, our peer group. Among our classmates and friends, or perhaps even siblings, there's no ascribed status that places one individual over another. That allows a lot of flexibility in interaction, and the chance to achieve new statuses within the peer group, including that of charismatic leader. This openness creates a space where the kids can try on new roles and learn from one another. In industrial societies, children don't go through a rite of passage and immediately see themselves as adults with immediate ascribed roles. Extended years of school create a new adolescent stage of life, where people are biologically mature but lack adult responsibilities. During adolescence, we have the chance to create our own identity and achieve new informal statuses, making the peer group of great importance. This may be the time when people enter or create subcultures which may conflict with family or school. The flexibility and power of peer group socialization may cause problems with dangerous or unhealthy new norms and values, or interactions that damage our looking-glass self-image. Maybe we'll even take part in activities we know we shouldn't to avoid being a loser. But all of the agents of socialization so far have one thing in common. Whether close primary relationships or formal secondary ones, they're all based on direct interaction between individuals. Mass media, however, whether books or TV or music, all can teach us a lot without any direct interaction. As such, it can connect us to information outside of our local communities, teaching us about the wider world. However, it's a one-way interaction. While you can choose what channel to watch or what book to read, you have no significant say in what information goes into each source or how it's presented. The important hierarchy here is in the sending. Whoever's in charge of the publication or broadcasting company acts as a gatekeeper, controlling what passes through. Since most mass media is paid for by advertising, they want to attract as wide an audience as possible, so it tends to focus on pop culture. Unfortunately, one-way socialization of pop culture and selling products may not be the healthiest agent of socialization. It encourages values of materialism and norms of overconsumption, and selection bias by gatekeepers may lead to an overemphasis on violence and sex. It can present a distorted construction of the world. Comparing ourselves to the carefully chosen and modified images we see of others' looks, skills, and lifestyles may distort our own self-image in the looking-glass self of an unrealistic generalized other. The power of mass media is apparent in studies showing we spend more time on it than on any other leisure activity. In 2010, it was around 3 hours per day watching TV, on average. But in 2016, we're also spending more time than ever before looking at screens connected not purely as a one-way audience, but as active participants in social media and the internet in general. Here we see both a wider array of information sent through mass media gatekeepers, but also that of our peers. Anyone with an internet connection can put out their own content, either in direct communication with a single person or publishing to as wide an audience as chooses to follow you. This can be extremely empowering, but also means we're always in contact with friends, enemies, or even strangers, and almost always on front stage, as we'll talk about in the next lesson. Just as our interaction with others in society doesn't end at a certain age, neither does the process of socialization. Our personality is always changing as we encounter new people and situations. A crucial agent of socialization in our adult life is the workplace. Here, like in school, we find ourselves interacting with peers and others we get to know through secondary relationships, based on the job rather than personal attachment. We work mostly for authorities that reward us for doing what they want. Dominant cultural norms of professionalism are likely to be enforced, often tending toward those of high culture, or depending on the field, a particular subculture. Workplaces may develop their own microculture of uniforms, language, and skills and values. Karl Marx worried that industrial capitalism would alienate us from our family, our coworkers, and ourselves as we compete with strangers for paychecks and promotions. Post-industrial work, using information technology and the internet, could allow us to work from home, but would this lead to more time with friends and family or less? Either way, people may become so-called workaholics and find that their profession becomes their master status, overpowering our statuses as friend, parent, or lover. All of these agents of socialization can be powerful influences throughout our lives, each in differing but overlapping ways. Consider the stages and agents that developed your own personality and skills. Who have you influenced?